Where's the lens? Down here, no? Okay. Hi, I'm Bunny Shaw, and this is my masterclass. Not bad, that. Headed, oh.
Giovanni, thank you so much for joining us today. Starting off, we've sort of listed what we think are a number of your key characteristics, which makes you the player that you are. Looking at that list, in any category, are there any there that stand out to you?
I would probably say my aerial ability, because that's something that I take pride in, and that's something that I know that, you know, once I always tell the girls, you know, put the ball high, because sometimes you tend to put the ball flat where it's a kind of a 50-50, but once you put it higher, I think I'm capable of getting there. So definitely my aerial ability.
Goal scoring comes to you so instinctively. What do you think? Why do you feel you're so good in front of goal?
I think just the more and more opportunities you get, the more confident and comfortable you get in front of goal. And we've done a lot of it in training, and you do so much that when you're in front of the goal, it's just about keep calm, keep your composure, and just, you know, try to slot it where the goalkeeper is.
Here is Park finding Shaw. It's Khadija Shaw, and it's 3-0. 17 in 16 games and counting.
Of course, by scoring against Manchester United, you became our all-time record goal scorer. For that moment in particular, what did that mean to you to become the all-time goal scorer of the club?
You know, for me, it's just being in the right position, trying to help the team. I've always said it, I'm just fortunate enough to have the players that I have around me time and time again in every game, trying to feed me the right balls, putting me in the best possible position to score. And, you know, the more you score, the more comfortable you get, and the more the goals keep coming. But yeah, for me, it means, you know, I've came a long way from when I just arrived, and, you know, to see that I'm improving game by game, season by season. The sky's the limit, and I just have to keep going. So yeah, it means a lot.
The movement section is your goal against Liverpool. You've spoken before about how, since Sean Goater's joined the coaching staff, how much he's helped you. Can you talk us through how he's sort of helped adapt your game, and specifically the movements of your game as well? Yeah,
for sure. We've done a lot more off the field stuff in terms of clips, and trying to, because sometimes you're on the pitch, you might not necessarily see that pass, but when you watch it back, you're like, oh, I had more time, I could turn there, I could lay that, or I could take a shot. So I think with him coming in, we see where, you know, we can improve on the areas that I can improve on, and then in training we try to implement it and try to work on it constantly. And then, yeah, since he's come in, we've had a lot of communication, a lot of training. He's hard on me, but, you know, I know that, you know, he just wants the best for me. But yeah, since he's came in, it definitely improved my game. So on to the pressing section now. This is another goal against Manchester United, yours at Old Trafford. Your pressing that day in particular was really beneficial for City. What was the instructions to you and the team going into that one? I think as a team we've spoken that, you know, if we're going to win the league, we know our qualities and what we are on the ball, but we got to take it up a notch off the ball as well, because not only do we win the ball, we get the team up as well. So going into each game, the attacking players, we always want to help the team because they're doing their bits at the back. So if we can win the ball up and go straight to goal, then we know that that's when we're at our best. And yeah, here again, I think I showed that I wasn't interested there, but I knew that they were going to pass it, so I kind of showed that I wasn't interested, and then last minute I went. Is there things that you do that can trigger defenders which help us in our press as well, like you mentioned? I'm not about to give that out right now, but yeah, I definitely do stuff in the beginning of the game, half-time, when certain aspects of the game, to see where the defender is, what they're doing. I definitely do that, but I'm not going to give that out. That's just for me and the team right now.
7 by 3 points. We'll worry about that in a moment. Here is Bunny Shaw into the penalty area, and Bunny Shaw gives Manchester City the lead. Well, they open them up at the back, and Bunny Shaw finished.
Your stats since you joined the club, obviously leading in a number of metrics, goals in the league since, headed goals in the league since, and hat-tricks. I think I'm right in saying you're also joint level at the top for most WSL hat-tricks of all time as well. Talk us through what goes your mind when you sort of have two and you're going for a third. Does your mindset change, or does it just stick to the same and the goal will
For
come?
me, I'm always about goals, being in the right position to score a goal. That's my position. That's what I know I'm good at. So I keep working at it. And sometimes you can have a really good start to the game and you're like, okay, today is going to be a good day. You know, you can feel it based on some of your movements, some of your passes, winning the balls back and stuff like that. But for me, I think in the game, sometimes you can feel it. And sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes you're just fortunate for a ball to bounce in your path or whatever. But for me, I just try to stay alive in the box and try to be as active as possible.
Headed goals. And we spoke a little bit about before, but in terms of how you're reading the flight of the ball, are there any tips that you've picked up which you've improved your sort of aerial presence as much as sort of getting on the end of higher balls as we talked about earlier?
I think this season I know that like I'm strong with my headers to goal, but I think I add movements to it. I think that's something that I can say I've definitely improved on. I think I don't know if it's my second goal or my first goal against Spurs where I made the front post movement and then I made another movement to get from the cross. But I think for me it's just watching the flight of the ball and also knowing where the keeper is and the goal is sometimes definitely helps, because if you can watch the flight of the ball and you know that if I attack this, sometimes you don't even have to find the corners, just the pace alone that you put on the ball could definitely, you know, give goalkeepers problems. But for me, it's all about the flight and the timing of when you attack the ball.
Harvey's ball in is inviting, and Khadija Shaw is there to accept the invitation. A thumping header after a fabulous ball in.
Now, we've got a heat map here of all your WSL goals of all time. Obviously, a lot come from inside the box. But what goes through your mind when you're sort of in these positions? Does it change depending on where you receive the ball, or is it just an instinct to know where you are at all times to get the ball in the net?
Yeah, definitely. You have to know your space. You have to know where your defenders are. You have to know ahead of time when, say, for example, Chloe gets the ball or Mary or Hempo. They're all three different type of crosses. So, like I said, I build good relationship with them. So I know when they get the ball, the type of crosses they're gonna do. So I just adjust my movements according to, you know, sometimes it's not the best of balls, but you can make it a good ball at the end of the day. So I think for me, it's just always being aware, knowing where you are, knowing where the goal is, the goalkeeper, and try to create the space for you to be in the best position at the end of the day.
Well, talk us through this one. What a goal this was. I was there, lucky enough to see this one live. It was. Now, when you see it back, almost 2 weeks later, how do you feel about it now the dust's almost settled on it? How do you feel about that goal?
Yeah, it's probably in terms of a clean shot, the best goal I've scored in my career, for sure. And how I had to turn, take a touch. It wasn't like I turned and then took a shot. I had to create the space, move players to then hit it. So, yeah, looking back at it, I'll definitely say that's one of the best goals I've scored in terms of clean shot. And
now on to the final section, your link play. There's assist here for Lauren's great goal against... To be fair, that was all Lauren, to be fair. I just tried to put it back in the box because I hear them yelling, Bon, 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 Bon. And I look up and I saw, I think, Mary and Hempo. And initially I was trying to aim for the far post because when you cut back, you normally go back post, but the chip went to Hempo and she did amazing to do that back flip goal. But yeah, for me, that was all Hempo for sure. And we've seen the ones, we saw that one with you inside the box here. I think there's a little nutmeg maybe coming up here. Just there, and then across to Jess Park. Again, with the ball at your feet, obviously you're so comfortable as well. Talk us through your sort of dribbling ability. Yeah, it's something that I've definitely worked on. Obviously, I'm
more bigger, and people think that, oh, you just kick and you just run. So I've definitely take pride in, you know, short movements, short dribbles, whether that means getting a shot off or creating a pass or creating space for my teammates. But it's something that I've definitely worked long and hard on, and I can definitely say now that I'm reaping the benefits from, you know, all them training sessions in small areas.
Bonnie, amazing. Thank you so much for your time today. That was great.
Thank you.